Hi everybody, this is Simply Blood. Got a video here from local here in Ohio, and something's wrong. Medina County families demand answers after a cluster of cancer diagnoses in Montville Township. Channel 3 News investigates. Do forgive me, I have some kind of sinus congestion, so I'm a little stuffy. If you hear me go, hee, that could be why. Just fighting sinus stuff, just the weather, just back and forth. Let's get to it.
For months now, families in Medina County have been asking a frightening question. Why have so many people, including children, been diagnosed with cancer?
They say their concerns have not been taken seriously, so they started gathering names, addresses, and stories on their own.
This evening, 3 News investigator Peter Fleischer begins with the families behind the map and the mystery they say can no longer be ignored.
That was like a day after chemo. Yeah, I do not look happy in that.
Molly McEwen never saw a warning sign in her health.
I mean, this is terrible, and this is in our backyard. I mean, I live in Broadview Heights, northern Summit County, but this is like county over. This could happen to anybody.
The active teenage daughter, Madeline.
It doesn't even feel real, honestly.
Which made it even more devastating when Madeline was diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma at 15 years old.
It's like you're just surviving. You almost sometimes don't feel anything, or you're
That's
just walking
terrible.
around the house crying.
The worst nights is just like me crying, like trying to think why is this real? Like, why is this happening?
Madeline recovered and is still in remission, but the old normal never really came back.
We didn't really take it as far or think as much. We just thought it was kind of strange. And then another 6 months, another 15-year-old that went to the same schools was diagnosed too. And then we started talking to other people, and then I just started writing.
So there's more than one. So there's a cluster. Okay. So that tells me it's either A. Now this is the first time I'm kind of reacting. So it's probably either A, there was a landfill nearby, or B, there was some kind of like toxic dumping ground, or I don't know what's going on, but we'll continue here. Hold on.
Writing things down, and then I realized that there were 6 kids coming out of those schools.
I was blown away. Like I said, it's one of those things. I'm getting
Wow.
the stories from these children and watching, from the families about their children.
In the same area of Medina County, Ed
That's Montville Township. My dad
Tara's
used to live there
child
for
endured a
15
fight
years.
with pediatric cancer too.
Oh,
But
Jesus.
survival doesn't erase the scare. That remains forever.
Yeah, God's got this, but we gotta fight. We gotta figure out what's going on here. Where's Erin Brockovich when you need her? I guarantee it's probably some kind of like water issue or something, like Flint, or they're dumping toxic waste like Hooker Chemical and like Love Canal, some kind of crap like that.
If chemo and radiation don't work, chance of survival is possibility of death. It can become devastating.
3 News spoke with more than a half dozen Medina area families whose children got cancer in their preteen or teenage years from 2021 to 2024. They say the pain never fully leaves, but it did bring them all together.
You can't take away the pain. You can't do any of that stuff. It's really helpful as a community to be able to reach out to other parents.
When I come to where I'm losing faith, they'll build me up, and vice versa.
Families talked and talked.
Let's see here. Broadway, Lidgewood, Smokerise. Let me take a look here. Smokerise Drive, Medina. Yeah, right there is Montville Township. Kind of goes over there. That's 57. That's Wadsworth Road. Yeah, I remember that's Montville, because it's right by Fox Meadow Country Club. Because I remember they used to build the country club right here in the 80s and 90s. Because I used to live right over 71, right after Poe Road, after Sharon Copley. Crazy, man. That is freaking crazy.
and started connecting dots. What emerged was a map and a fear they could not shake.
It was shocking when I started reading about it and how much in my neighborhood.
It's alarming and you want somebody to do something.
Concerned Medina citizens built this list themselves using self-reported cancer records.
Wow. Now, I mean, obviously, people get cancer for many reasons. Your body actually, kills cancer every day, but this is just crazy.
You can see a high volume of cases, many of them pediatric and in the same area. But
okay, so typically when cancer happens with pediatric cases or younger people, typically it means it's either a contaminated water supply or some kind of toxic dumping, because typically, first of all, it hits the animals first, the elderly and the little children first, because they're the weakest to go.
families say when they asked the local school district, health department, and other public agencies for testing or clearer answers, they felt dismissed and left to investigate on their own. So we went to an independent expert. Dr. Andrew Curtis, a professor of spatial epidemiology at Case Western University, studies how cancer and other diseases appear across places, time, and populations.
These are really just the first steps to try and give that community a little bit more scientific credibility that hopefully they can start to raise the flag a bit.
To affected families, the data feels alarming. But Dr. Curtis says a map alone can't explain why. With cancer, there are too many variables. Where people lived, what they may have been exposed to, and
I guarantee you, yeah, it's got to be something there that was dumped a long time ago. I'm telling you, that's what it is. It has to be that.
for how long.
We can help look for some patterns in this or that. We can start putting pieces together. But quite often that is still just that first step to then having enough to go for the bigger sort of project.
He is truly a fighter.
But for families who have watched loved ones suffer, the lack of a simple answer has not made the questions go away.
It keeps coming back to me, and
It's really sad. Really sad. We've lost our humanity. We really have.
it just gnaws at me that something's wrong and somebody should be paying attention.
No reported direct link, but many reasons to ask questions. And there's one place they keep coming back to.
I knew it! Landfill!
If it's not a link, great. It's one less thing we worry about. If it is linked, let's put an end to it.
If they really do feel that there is a problem here, it should be investigated.
Medina County deputies sealed off the landfill at about 9 this morning, refusing to allow garbage trucks in. Officials contend trucks carrying hazardous wastes have been seen on landfill property.
There is approximately 22 years worth of hazardous waste in this landfill.
More importantly, they say he allows potentially dangerous runoff to enter groundwater and area streams.
The biggest concern that started was that this is a historic landfill from the 50s, which was not lined in the bottom.
I think the government needs to look into it. I think they need to test areas.
Yeah.
I think they need to come up with something better for that landfill.
Their map doesn't solve the mystery, but in a community full of questions, families say they can no longer afford to ignore any possibility, even one that's been buried for years.
You know, I'm going to be honest with you. That typically you don't know for years or decades, but I'll be honest with you. There is unknown effects for everything, and I think a lot of it has to do with just things in general. It could be the landfill, it could be that, it could be the 5G, it could be the vaccine, it could be a lot of things from the COVID shot and all that stuff. A lot of people had so many side effects from it. There could be so many things that could be causing this. Tell me what you think in the comments. Do you think it's a landfill, or do you think it's just a spreading case, or do you just think the food supply has just poisoned itself? I personally think it's a combination of all three. I think there's a lot of stuff that we don't know that has been tested on us, especially with toxic waste. You're seeing reports in New York City now that there's cases of cholera now. Cholera? Really? We used to be a first world country, but it looks like we're turning in because of neglect or willful negligence into a second world or second class country, unfortunately. And it's really sad. Tell me what you think. I'm Simply Bud, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.